Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is going to be the 17th video on Next.js tutorial, and today we are going to learn how to delete a record from the database. So in the previous videos we have learned three operations. One is create, another one is read, and then edit, and today it would be delete that we are going to learn about. Now if you remember, we created this Next.js app wherein we have this data. Now we created a view page, a single a single record view page wherein a particular record is displayed, and we created a delete button. So we'll work on this now. So on delete button, so let's not create this delete button over here. So instead, because this is a server component and we don't want it to be a client component because we will be using on click events, so we are not going to create it right here. So instead we will just simply cut it from here, and inside the components we will create a new file, and it would be by the name delete user.jsx and export default function delete user button, let's say, and here we'll write return, and we'll just paste it from there. We'll import the link. Now we'll have to call this on this view page, so it would be delete user button. We have got it now, and let's check if it is working or not. So here we'll just write on click handle delete. So const handle delete is equals to, it will be an async function, and we will just prevent the default function of this button. So e dot prevent default, and let's try to put an alert and see if this is working. So working fine. I'm sorry, it should be a client component. So use client. Let's click here. Okay, working fine. And in this, what we want is, we do not want it to delete the record at a one go. So what we want is, if anyone clicks on this delete button, he or she should get a warning that whether you want to, are you sure if you want to delete this record or not, and if user chooses to delete it, then he can proceed further with that. So for that, we will just use a confirm function over here. It's a JavaScript function. So if now we'll use confirm, are you sure you want to delete this record or delete this user info, and if it is true, then we will, let's say, we'll put an alert record deleted. It's just to check whether if it is working or not, or else it will alert not deleted. Let's check this out. So are you sure you want to delete this user info? If we cancel it, then not deleted, and if we click OK, then it says record deleted. Cool. Now we can just delete all of this, and we will work on it later on. Now, first of all, the very first thing we need to require in order to delete a record from the database is the ID or any such data which is a primary user. So, using the reference of the primary use, that primary key data, we will be deleting our record from the database. So for that, since we all know that the ID generated by the MongoDB database is a unique ID, it's a primary key. So primary key basically refers to those data or those records in the database whose values are different, who cannot be same. And I believe everyone knows about it. And for that, we will be requiring the user ID. So we will pass a user ID over here, since it is, it is using the, since this in this page, in this view page, we are fetching the user data. So over here, we will pass the user ID. So user ID is equals to, and it would be user dot underscore ID. And we will capture this data in our delete user.jsx. So here we'll write user ID, and let's try to alert it so that we can check if it is working or not, if we are able to capture it or not. So user ID. Now let's click on this button. Okay, yes, we are able to capture the user ID. Now we will be able to delete this. So what we need to do is, so since this is an async function, and yes, now we will use let response is equals to, we'll use the fetch function. I think we don't require this thing. We don't require the headers. We don't require the body as well. And the method would be delete. And in fetch, we will put our API. That is this one. API URL. And now instead of user ID param, we will use this user ID that we have captured. And response will convert it into JSON format. So response await, response equals to await response dot JSON, and we'll write if response dot success is true, then what we will do is, since this user will be deleted, we will redirect it to the view all page, this page. So for that, we will just write if response dot success, then we will put an alert. Let's say user deleted, user has been deleted, and then it will and we will redirect it to the view page. So for that, we will use const router is equals to use router, and we will import the use router from next navigation, and then we'll write router dot refresh and router dot push. It would be view. Now let's check if it is done or not. Okay, there is an error. We need to just entertain this error as well. So for that, we'll just put else. It will give us an alert stating that record cannot be deleted. Yes. Okay, we are getting an error. All right. So instead, what we can do is we will put it inside a try catch function. So try catch function, and inside the try, we will put this. And if in case there is any error, then we will just put an alert error. Now let's check. Click on delete. Yes, unexpected end of JSON input. It's because we haven't created the API yet. I mean, we already have the API route file, but we do not have the method. So let's go ahead and create the method as well. Now, over here, we'll just write export async function, and it will be delete and request comma params. And now const user ID is equals to params dot, it will be user ID. So user ID, and now we'll use a try catch function. So over here we'll put return next response dot JSON. It will be success will be false, and message will be, let's say, error. And let's just alert the message from here, response dot message. So we will pass the message from our API, response dot message, and again here it will be response dot message. Now we'll click here, and here it will be await user, since user is already imported above. Okay, so user await user dot find by ID and then delete, and the ID will be user ID. And now we'll return next response dot JSON. Next response dot JSON, and here we'll put success will be true. Sorry, success will be true, and the message will be record deleted, or we can say user info deleted successfully. Now let's check the front end. So click on delete. Okay, delete. User info deleted successfully. Now you can see the Amber Heard is deleted from the database. Now let's try to delete some other data. Let's delete Bruce Banner. Now click on view, click on delete. Yes, user info deleted successfully. Now Bruce Banner is not gone from here. I think it's just a matter of cache. So yes, if we refresh the page, it's gone now. And same way, let's try to remove Steve Rogers as well. User deleted successfully. So Steve Rogers is also gone, like this way. All right, so that's how we delete a record from the database, and that would be all in this video. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your time, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.